Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into a source that maps out a seriously effective mortgage strategy. Now, we aren't going to waste time with a long, formal agenda today because I really want to jump straight into the emotional core of what we're actually talking about here. We're talking about homeownership. It's not just about numbers on a page or signing massive stacks of paperwork, It's about fundamentally changing where and how you live your life.
Okay, let's dive into this. The source asks us to picture this, you, kicking back in your own living room, sipping coffee on lazy Sunday mornings, and making memories to last a lifetime. Honestly, that right there is the ultimate goal, isn't it? Our material today completely grounds itself in this specific vision. It reminds us that before we get totally lost in the weeds of interest rates and loan terms, we have to remember why we're doing this in the first place. It's all about securing your own slice of home sweet home happiness.
So I've got to ask you the exact same question our source poses. Are you ready to turn those dreams of owning a cozy abode into reality? Think of this whole journey not as some stressful chore, but as a thrilling adventure. But like any great adventure, you can't just wander into the wilderness alone. You need a map, and more importantly, you need the right strategy to actually navigate the terrain. Because the difference between just wishing for a home and actually turning the key in the front door, well, that pretty much comes down to the mortgage strategy you deploy.
Section 1. Meet Your Mortgage Guide. Reno, Tahoe Mortgages.
Look, if you're navigating the highly specific and, let's be real, super competitive real estate markets of Northern Nevada and Lake Tahoe, you absolutely need a localized expert, not some faceless national corporation. Leading the charge at Reno Tahoe Mortgages is branch manager Art Loera. Notice his NMLS number, 367308, is right up front. And that really matters, because in the finance world, transparency and credentials are just everything. Establishing this right out of the gate creates a baseline of professional trust. You know exactly who's steering the ship and that they are fully credentialed to do it. But hey, credentials are only half the story, right? Experience is the other half, and the team at Reno Tahoe Mortgages brings over 25 years of industry experience to the table. Think about what that actually means in the real estate world. 2.5 decades. They've seen the market boom, they've seen it crash, they've seen interest rates plummet and skyrocket. They've literally navigated every single type of housing market imaginable, which means they have the vital historical context to guide you through whatever today's market is doing.
Section 2. Approval over pre-qualification. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the core philosophy here. It's built entirely around moving clients way beyond the initial stages of lending. The strategic contrast is vital. See, a basic pre-qualification is essentially just a self-reported estimate. It carries very little weight in a highly competitive market. Full loan approval, however, that means the lender has actually verified everything under the hood. Getting you to that approved status is the firm's primary goal, effectively moving you from a theoretical buyer to a fully backed, guaranteed buyer.
So how exactly do they get you to that coveted full approval? Well, there are 3 specific ways. First, smart loan structuring, basically arranging your financial profile in the absolute most advantageous way possible. Second, fast closings, which make your offer infinitely more attractive to sellers who just want to move quickly. And third, tailored loan terms. Remember that vision from the beginning? They emphasize a mortgage structured specifically for you, not just some one-size-fits-all product off the shelf.
Section 3. The power of fixed rates.
A massive part of tailoring that perfect loan involves choosing the right type of mortgage. As you probably know, a fixed-rate mortgage ensures the interest rate remains completely constant throughout the entire life of the loan. Regardless of broader economic inflation or crazy housing market shifts, your rate is locked in, guaranteeing a perfectly consistent monthly payment. Reno Tahoe Mortgages leans heavily into this specific tool because, in a wild, unpredictable real estate market, it acts as your ultimate suit of armor.
So what's the real-world so what here? It shields you. When interest rates rise in the broader market, homeowners with fixed rates are completely protected. And this isn't just a financial benefit. It's a profound emotional benefit too. It gives you incredible peace of mind. It allows you to budget effectively for the long term without ever lying awake at night worrying about some unexpected spike in your monthly housing costs. That right there is what long-term financial security actually looks like. And this brilliantly illustrates the 2 strategic paths you typically face within that fixed-rate armor, the 15-year term and the 30-year term. The 15-year term gets you a lower interest rate, meaning you pay way less to the bank over time and you own the home outright twice as fast. But the 30-year term spreads that cost out, providing a lower, much more manageable monthly cash flow. So it's a strategic choice you have to make. Do you want to pay the house off faster, or do you want more breathing room in your monthly budget right now?
Section 4. Tools for first-time buyers.
Making all these strategic choices can totally feel overwhelming, particularly if you're stepping into the real estate world for the very first time. To help out, Reno Tahoe Mortgages offers a free mortgage calculator so you can model the numbers yourself alongside a comprehensive first-time homebuyer guide. But what really stands out is their commitment to accessibility. By proudly offering programas en español, they actively break down language barriers and ensure that vital financial education and tailored loan structuring are readily available to the broader community. Which brings us to the final, and honestly most important question posed by our source material today. You know the strategy, approval over pre-qualification, you know the tools, fixed rates and expert guidance. So why wait to turn that dream home into your forever home? If you have the right guide with the right experience by your side, the path to those lazy Sunday mornings in your own living room is already mapped out for you. The only thing left to do is take that very first step. So are you ready?